Hey, everybody. Tonight I thought we'd talk about one of the patterns. And the pattern that we're talking about is a pattern that's in a lot of the classes. It's the forehead and then backhead, or excuse me, forehead, then basic, and then the arms and the legs, armpits, the elbows, the wrists, the palms, hips, knees, ankles, and soles of the feet. And we use this a lot, and sometimes I talk about the patterns and sometimes I don't, but I thought we'd talk about it and then we'd practice it tonight. And the thing that we're doing here, and we're going to add a little variation to it to make it a bit more potent, is we are going to add the back head. And whenever you have like a thought or a thought process, a way of thinking that you're really wanting to kind of break down and expel it out. Like if we think about like how thoughts are generated, like the center between your eyebrows, the ajna, it actually is tied to generation or energy of thought, you could say, generation of thought forms, or thought energy, or energy of thought. And when you think something repetitively enough, or when you feel something emotionally, like intensely, it then starts to kind of lower in vibration, right? It comes lower, 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 and then it starts to attract energy from the environment that brings it into form. So it goes from thought energy to a thought form, right? So one of the things that we go through and we do when we're working this pattern is when you are activating the forehead, right, you're starting to actually like refine that thought form, right? The thought form is being generated between the eyebrows, which we're not addressing in the pattern. Once this thought is generated, or thoughts that have been in your head, or like repetitive thoughts that are going on, the way to begin to break these down is by the activation of the forehead, or putting your attention and awareness on the forehead, right? Now, when we do the materialization breath, for example, when you lower your head down, like so, you're activating the forehead. And then when you bring your head up, you're activating the back head. And so when the back head becomes activated, you could say it, it's like giving the forehead steroids. It's like it breaks down the thought form, or refines the thought form to a much higher degree. So this is part of why the materialization process is so potent, is because you're going forehead, backhead, forehead, backhead, forehead, backhead, right? And so by going through and doing this, you're literally, if there is not very much light in a thought, or there's some light and some other material, you could say, it breaks down the things that are not of the light, right? And so then from there, you're kind of separating the energy of thought from the energy from the environment that's attracted, which we would call elementals, right? The elements are the elementals. So that energy that got attracted from the environment, that mixed with the energy of thought, forms a thought form, right? It's come into form. It's just not a thought, it's come into form, which means it is self-sustaining, right? Even if you turn away from it and you stop thinking about it, it's still present. Where energy of thought, if you stop thinking about it, it just kind of dissipates and goes away, right? So with that, the forehead or the forehead backhead actually breaks down the thought. Then when you drop down to the basic chakra, you actually start breaking down the elements themselves, right? Then part of where these elements get stuck is in the arms and the legs, right? The joints of the arms and the legs. And so it starts to affect our motor nerves, our sensory nerves, and also what you would call the peripheral nerves. And the nerves of the peripheral nervous system are anything not protected by the spinal cord or the skull, right? And these areas of the arms and legs are tied to your ability to transmute lower emotions or thoughts, or things that got locked in the body, right? Like you have experiences, some of it's in your mind, some of it's in your emotions, but some of it's in your body, right? And so by going through and working this particular pattern, you could say break down a kind of thought and then flush it out of the mind, the emotions, and then the body itself, right? The emotions would be the arms and the legs. The body itself would actually be the basic chakra. And so just this very simple pattern is very deeply healing to the psyche, you could say. Now, when we take it a step further and we start working with angels, and another one that I would throw into this mix is, you could say, deities, but also the planetary energies, right? When you go through and you start using the planetary energies in this particular way, the planetary energies have a very big impact on the psyche, but more specifically, the emotional component, like how we feel, right? And so, I think some of you have had the planetary classes where each of the planets kind of is a certain principle that's tied to life. It's not just an emotion, but like um, a dynamic activity that's tied to the planetary energies. And if you haven't had that, just know that the planets are associated with like 7 basic like principles that make up our actions and activities. And even some of the classes that we're doing, like the class last weekend, was actually tied to one of those principles. And so when we go through and we work this, even just in this very simple way, it can have a very deep impact. And so it could be for materialization, it could be for psychological healing, it could be for physical healing, it could be for working with angels, devotional practice to deities, whatever you're kind of working. If you work the pattern with the corresponding oil, you can produce a good result. So what I thought we'd do tonight is, let's work this pattern. And we're going to work it a little bit different than how we do it just in the classes on the weekends. We're going to go a little slower and work it a little harder and a little deeper. So first choice would be a planet, some sort of planetary oil. Second would be like an angel oil or a deity, one of the spirits, something of that nature. And if you just have single oils, pick a single oil that has like kind of a good like psychological component. Even if it's something simple like eucalyptus or tea tree or lavender, I mean, those would have an impact, but like cypress would be really good. Cypress wood, even better, or some of the fancier oils, like the more precious oils. So take a minute, think about what you want to use, and pick out an oil. We're going to just work one oil this session. So think of something you'd like, and why don't you grab something?
Was it cypress you said would be really good? Sorry.
Yeah, cypress or cypress.
Or something fancy if they only have that.
Right, right.
I'm putting in the first choice planet oil, second angel or deity or elemental, and then last, if you don't have any of those, the
Right.
psychological ones,
Right.
eucalyptus, tea tree, cypress wood. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I mean, Gilead could be good. Emotional release. Hyssop would be good. Oh, yeah. Okay. And so shake the bottle up a little bit and then just start inhaling first. We're not even going to follow a pattern. Just start inhaling. Mhm. You're just inhaling. And let's do a trial run. As you're inhaling, just keep your awareness on your heart and just see how that feels as you inhale the oil with your awareness on the heart. And then just be still, be aware. Just let go of everything for a moment. Just notice how you feel. Okay, so same oil, begin inhaling. Your awareness is on your forehead. You're just taking long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the forehead. And now your awareness on the back head. You're taking long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the back head. Just let everything go for a moment. Just be still, be aware, just let go. Begin inhaling again. Your awareness is on your forehead and back head at the same time. Doing the forehead and back head at the same time. Just let it go. Just be still, be aware, just let it go. Begin inhaling again. Still your forehead and your back head at the same time. How's that feeling? Move your awareness just to your forehead. Your awareness is just on your forehead. You're taking long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on your back head. You're taking long, slow, deep breaths. Just let it all go. Okay, we're going to do it again. Forehead and back head at the same time. This time, about 2/3 of your awareness on the forehead, 1/3 of your awareness on the back head. So 2/3 here, 1/3 on the back. You're still on the forehead and back head, but now 2/3 of the awareness on the back head, 1/3 on the forehead. Just be still, be aware, just let go. Begin inhaling. Your awareness is on the bottom of the tailbone. Move your awareness to the armpits. Your elbows. The wrists. The palms of your hands. Give yourself a break for a moment. Just be still. Begin inhaling. Your awareness is on the hips. The knees, the back of the knees. The ankles. The soles of your feet. Just be still. Be aware. Just let go. To take it a little deeper, we're going to do the spine. So your awareness is on the spine in your neck, the bones in your neck. The spine between your shoulder blades. The spine in your mid back. And the bones in your low back, your lower spine. Just be still, be aware, just completely let go. Let go of everything, just let go. Okay, remember the thing we started with, your awareness on your heart. Let's see how it feels now compared to the beginning. Take some long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on your heart. And just be still, be aware, just let go. Think of your thoughts, watch your thoughts, your mind, your emotions. We just did that pattern just one cycle. and look at the intensity. Like you could say psychologically kind of healing, but you could also say this could be the beginning of a very nice meditation or a very nice session working with angels. So we'll be doing a little bit more of this. We're trying to mix it up a little bit and kind of give more depth to the things that we've been doing and more explanation while we do deeper practices. So hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow night for the Soundathon practice and the things we do at the Stara, and some of you on the weekend, building the Golden Body class. So we're going to switch over to the blessing the prayer petition. You're more than welcome to join us. If not, I hope to see you again sometime soon. Take care, you guys.